inside Williams-Brice Stadium for South Carolina. The Sandstorm team entrance is electric. The fans make this one of the most special venues in sports. Loud, proud, and rocking. That iconic entrance is one you've got to appreciate. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Gamecocks kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Now here's Reed. Fires to the big fella. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the ground. He's got it again. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. On the move, he fires. Got his man on the right. That's his first catch of the season, and they believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Throwing Reed. Makes the grab. Breaks free, and he might be gone. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, do they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
makes the grab on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And he tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. Makes it past the marker. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's McAllister. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Here's Sellers to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Sellers from the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Red pass, it's complete. Could not make his way to the corner. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Throwing, Sellers. Fires to the middle. He makes a catch.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
The Gamecocks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that short completion now sets up a big third down here in the red zone for this team. They haven't scored yet. They're only trailing 7-0, and this is a big one. It's very, very hard to throw the football in this area of the field. But you get the feeling a critical third down now. They need something good to happen, putting a lot of trust in their quarterback.
Could be an alley. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
And I'll tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. You need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And they tacked on the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. On the move from inside his 5. Oh, the ball's out on the return.
Woof. That's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Looking outside, it's Edwards. Turning it on! Got enough for the first. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
He's turning it loose into the middle. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Delayed to the back. It's Owens. Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Aggies are flying down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. Gonna run it. It's Owens. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Reed. Pulls it in. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? To the ground to try to pick up the first. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. What a grab in the end zone for 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 78 yards down the field, and they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Sellers. Right down the middle. On target to the left. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down?
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the fourth down stop.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Escapes the pressure to his right. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
I love it. I love first down. Let's be aggressive. Let's throw the football. But how about the quarterback? He does a great job in the pocket, buying time. Up, nobody open, scrambles around, and more importantly, ends the run, gets the first down, and doesn't get whacked. Beautiful.
Gets the back moving. Here's Reed to throw. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Under fire. Makes a catch. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. Run in the red zone, it's Owens. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Sellers to throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Looking for a huge play. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbounds.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Smashes through the tackle. Slips through the line. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the #1 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's Ole Miss with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country, pushing them to 1-0 on the short.
Makes the grab in their space. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Gamecocks. Rolled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Reed. It's complete. There he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
And this offense pick up right where they left off. And that didn't take long, did it? I mean, that was a fast drive. They strike quickly. This offense has got it humming. There's got to be some answers figured out by this defense, or this game is going to get sideways in a hurry.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gamecocks offense heads out to see what they can put together here. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And the Gamecocks moving quickly to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The offense changing the play. Throwing Sellers. Rushes on him. Gets away. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Catch and stride inside the 15. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And this offense is on fire, man. Back-to-back plays, completely going across the field. Now set up in a goal-to-go situation. Now the field shrinks a little bit. Interesting to see if they can punch it in, be more physical. I know they made the big explosive plays to get here. Now they got to do the ground and pound dirty work.
He worked his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Slams it ahead. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on third and goal. Sellers from the gun on third down. He's going for the goal line, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Throwing Reed. Here comes the heat. Puts it out of the air and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Reed. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the sack comes from the middle linebacker, who is the quarterback of the defense. Not only does he get everybody lined up, make all the calls, play the run, he can also rush the passer and sack quarterbacks. What a job.
Looking to fire. Stepping to the right. Fires on the move. Connection to the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. Maybe some room here. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Hey, you could see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
They'll go to the ground. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Trying to get outside. It's Edwards. Picks up the first down. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll run it. It's Owens. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. Reed. Moving out to the right. Blasted as he lets it go. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Now here's Reed. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on 4th down? And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. And boy, was that last missed field goal huge. That keeps these guys in the game if they can get something going on offense right now. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Gamecocks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Escapes the pressure going right. He's going to run it. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Here's a heat. Buried before he completes.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Makes the catch at the 30. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Aggies! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina's offense heads out to get this drive started. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Sellers unloads to the wideout. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Pocket breaking down. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
He's got the back in the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He has brought down the man. What a job to find some running room and move the chains.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Hauls it in. Oh, he's got some space. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Again, it's Sellers. He's got his man. A big gain as he goes out of bounds on the last play before the 2-minute timeout. And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Here's Sellers to throw. Oh, they're after him. Trying to buy time. Gets the slide, got the first down with his feet. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Looking to the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And they're able to get him down. The Gamecocks spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. He's got great speed. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Throwing Sellers. He wants a big play here late. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
Makes the grab at the 30. All by himself down the middle. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown still alive in this one.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. 30 seconds left on the clock, and their last gasp will come down to getting this onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. You work all offseason for that, the chance to take a knee and punctuate an opening victory to this season.